Good evening, West Ham Network, and happy hump day. It's Holly and I'm here running through 3 of today's top stories as we edge closer to the weekend. Your Hammers headlines are run in partnership with KUMB.com. If you don't already, make sure you read their content because their site is packed with interesting content, including news of a 2-year contract for a promising young keeper today. Let's jump straight into your Hammers headlines for today. Up first, West Ham have been linked with winger Demarai Gray being called one of the Toffees' only sellable assets. He joined Everton for an absolute bargain of £1.7 million 2 years ago and has since scored 11 goals in all competitions. His contract comes to an end next summer. However, Everton have the option to extend for 1 further year. On the 90 Min Talking Transfers podcast, it was confirmed that West Ham have been keeping a very close eye on him. Everton obviously narrowly escaped relegation last season, so while they might be keen to find and reinvest more money, it's unlikely that they'll be particularly eager to sell one of their players to us, particularly if they believe that they can compete with us in the league, which I imagine they will be hoping to do. Other clubs that are supposedly interested include Brentford and Crystal Palace, and Gray has also been linked with clubs across Saudi Arabia, so that could be a more logical move for Everton. Let us know in the comments if you would like to see Demarai Gray at West Ham. He's direct, he's got pace, he's creative, but the big question is, how do you see him fitting into our system? The second story today, reports came out late last night that looked as though Scamacca wanted to return to Italy. However, now the full interview has been released, it appears that a lot of it was actually taken out of context and he looks fit and ready to actually fight for his place in the squad. In fact, the overall interview was pretty positive. We'll look into that more in a minute, but he's essentially said that he's fighting fit and we've got a lot to look forward to next season. So it wasn't the negative headline that the journalists would have had us believe at the beginning. The full interview saw Scamacca revealed that he played all of last season with a broken meniscus, eventually needing to go under the knife as he could no longer bear it and wasn't able to play through the pain. He then went on to say that Rice is the strongest midfielder he's ever played with, so the price tag that Arsenal are offering may be lower than his value. And then the bit that hit headlines, Scamacca was asked whether he missed Italy. It was initially reported that he said, "Roma is my home. It would be a dream scenario to have Jose Mourinho as manager. I'm sure I'd improve my skills a lot under Jose at Roma." But this was taken completely out of context and with a bit of sneaky journalism, completely missing out the bit where he added, "But now I'm a West Ham player and despite all the rumours, I feel good here too." So obviously it wasn't as alarming as it sounded when they took the little snippets and teased us with all of that late last night. So as we know, AS Roma are said to be after him to help out following the injury of Tammy Abraham, but they only want him on loan with an option to buy. However, West Ham are insisting that 24-year-old Scamacca is not for sale, and it's believed if he was to leave, it would be on a permanent rather than a loan deal. As we know, we need a striker that's going to do something, so sending him out on loan would make essentially no sense to us at the moment. And while Scamacca did speak passionately about Rome, it really doesn't come as the biggest surprise because this is where he was born. And he also went on to say that he actually likes where he is currently. Is this an attempt from journalists to stir things up in the transfer window? Quite possibly. We know that they like to do that. And it doesn't come as the biggest surprise, does it? So now for the best bit and the actual good news of this whole story. Scamacca also added, I will reach peak fitness by the start of the season. If I'm fit, and I'm convinced I will be, I will score 20 goals. I worked hard in Sardinia with double training sessions. I went to the gym more than I went to the beach. Personally, I'm so happy to hear this confidence going into next season, and I'm hoping that we're really pleasantly surprised by what he's able to do when he isn't battling an ongoing knee injury. It looks like he's fit. It looks like he's ready to go again. And remember, he scored 3 goals in 7 Conference League games for us with an average of 37 minutes on the pitch per game. So if he can convert that into the Premier League and obviously stay fit, keep that knee nice and healthy, I think it sounds like it's a good story and a good interview rather than the horror headlines that came out earlier. So if you want to hear more, check out this afternoon's daily where you can hear more about the quotes in full. KUMB.com also has a full transcript of the whole Scamacca interview, so go and check that out. And the full version is a lot nicer to read than the snippets that the media released. Comment below and let us know how you're feeling about Scamacca's potential this coming season. For me, I think we've got quite a lot to look forward to, and this is going to be a positive interview, hopefully. And for the final story today, West Ham have touched down for their pre-season tour of Australia, beginning with their week-long visit to Perth. The first game down under will be against Perth Glory on Saturday morning before facing Spurs on Tuesday. Both of those games will take place in the 70,000-seater Optus Stadium, with both matches set to be broadcast by local media. From what we're seeing, Ings, Oggy, Scamacca, Downs, Zuma, Cresswell, Bowen, Potts and Fornells are all out there, as well as some others. There's only been a few actual videos on social media so far that have given away exactly who's travelled. But Fornells also commented on the mood in the camp, saying, "We've been back since Thursday and we all came back with a smile," which is good to hear. "All the lads are pushing each other because we all want to play." So it's going to be great. It sounds like things are really positive around the team at the moment, which we've definitely been wanting to hear. And it'll be great to see some of the preseason games to see how we're looking, as well as how some of the young players perform and what they can actually bring to our squad, because we've been wanting to see it for a while, but obviously it's not always easy to do that, especially when you're suddenly battling relegation. And after the Bournemouth game, it sounds as though a lot of them might be ready to start stepping up into the first team, and this is a great chance to see how they'll fare. So let us know what you're hoping to see from the Australian pre-season tour. It looks as though it's going to give us a very good glimpse into what we can expect. So those are your Hammers headlines for today. It's definitely an ongoing theme that it seems we're waiting for a particular sale to go through so we can actually solidify some deals. There may well be a lot more going on behind the scenes than's been made public. But either way, preparations for the upcoming season continue. And I think we've got a fair bit to look forward to. Let us know how you're feeling ahead of the upcoming season in the comments. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up on this video to help us grow the channel. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a brilliant rest of your day. Come on, you Irons.